All right, let's jump right in. Today, I've got a story for you that starts out as just another boring sales call. But oh man, it spirals into one of the funniest, most wholesome misunderstandings I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. You're probably sitting there thinking, wait, what? How does a sales call end up being about a stomachache? It's just brilliant. And to get how we got here, we've got to rewind and go all the way back to the beginning.
Okay, so picture this. You've got a telemarketer, right? They're just grinding through their day, making call after call, trying to sell new phones. It's a script they've probably recited 1,000 times. But this next call, well, the person on the other end of the line was, let's just say, not their typical customer. So on one end of the line, you've got the telemarketer, laser focused on one thing, sell the new phone. And on the other end, a 100-year-old grandfather picks up. And his mission? It's way simpler. He's just trying to figure out who in the world is calling him. And this, right here, this little difference in what they both want, that's where all the magic happens.
Okay, so the call starts, and the first mix-up happens almost immediately. The salesperson, they don't waste any time. They just launch straight into their high-energy sales pitch.
They say something like, "Hello, sir, great news. It's time for an upgrade. We can get you on the latest model." Now, the really important part here is that phrase, latest model. In Korean, it's 최신 기종. That's 최신 기종. Totally normal sales talk, right?
But, and this is where it all begins, what did the grandfather hear on his end? Because I can promise you it had nothing to do with the phone. So instead of hearing 최신 기종, latest model, his brain heard Choi Ki-jong. Yeah, he thought he was talking to a man named Mr. Choi Ki-jong. And I mean, you can't blame him. They sound so similar. So what does he do? The most logical thing in the world from his perspective. He turns to his daughter-in-law and asks, "Hey, do you know this guy, Choi Ki-jong?" And boom, just like that, this train is already way off the tracks. And the whole time, the poor telemarketer on the other end has absolutely no clue they've just been given a new name. They probably just think, bad connection, and decide to just, power through, maybe speak a little louder this time. So they jump back in, trying to sweeten the pot a little. They say, "Sir, and listen to this, we'll even take care of any cancellation fee issues for you." In Korean, the phrase is 위약금 문제 or 위약금 문제. Again, totally standard stuff for a phone contract. And I think you can probably guess what happens next, right? The grandfather hears this. But what his brain translates it into is, well, it's even more amazing this time around. Get this. The telemarketer says, 위약금 문제, cancellation fee issue. But the grandfather hears, 위아픈 문제, a stomachache issue. They sound almost exactly the same. And suddenly, it all makes sense to him. This wonderful man, Mr. Choi, he's not selling phones. Oh no, he's calling to solve health problems. He's a miracle worker. So now, from the grandfather's point of view, the situation is crystal clear. He's got a problem solver on the line, and he sees an opportunity to be the hero of the day. And you better believe he is going to take it. And this is where we come full circle, right back to that amazing line from the beginning. He proudly calls out for his daughter-in-law, all excited, and says, "Hey, this Mr. Choi guy, he says he can solve your stomachache problem. You gotta talk to him." I mean, you have to love the logic, right? Let's break it down. Step 1, he knows his daughter-in-law has stomach troubles. Step 2, a man named Mr. Choi calls who can solve stomach troubles. Step 3, connect the two. He just passes the phone over, probably gives himself a little pat on the back, and walks away. Job well done. So what about the telemarketer? Can you just imagine their confusion? They're suddenly faced with talking to this very confused daughter-in-law about her stomach. So they did the only thing a sane person would do in that situation. They just quietly hung up the phone. No sale that day, but hey, what a story. And that's really the beauty of it. It's so simple. You take a totally normal, everyday situation, throw in a couple of words that sound alike, and you get this incredible escalating misunderstanding. And the best part? The grandfather wasn't being silly. His conclusion was perfectly logical. It was just based on information that was 100% wrong. It just goes to show you, right, how easily things can get lost in translation. And it kind of makes you wonder, what's the craziest communication mix-up you've ever been in? That one time a simple misheard word just took a conversation in a completely wild direction. Definitely something to think about.